Paulie here from the Latino Slant and hanging out with another From the Living Room movie review. This time it is the 2021 horror film entitled MADRES. Now, you can only see it on Amazon Prime. That's when it was released in the fall of 2021. It stars one of my favorite actors recently, TENOCH HUERTA, who last year also had a killer year with The Forever Purge and Son of Monarchs. Now, I don't know why I missed this film when it initially came out in the fall of 2021. It was always on my, list to see, but in our kind of tunneling back of, great things for you guys to see, I wanted to get this one in there as well. With that, guys, I can't say I recommend this movie, and it breaks my heart because there's two reasons why there's two big things I did like about this film. It's not a horror film. It's not well done. It's badly paced. The suspense and the tension buildup are muted, and we've definitely have seen that before in other films. It doesn't scare you in a traditional horror sense. It might horrify you to find out that people do awful things to other people, and that's our history, right? So it is based off of true events. Now, that's one of the reasons why I appreciate that they can even try to touch upon the true events. And what we're talking about is the sterilization of Mexican American, Mexican and men and women. And in this case, women in the 60s and 70s, which happened. And I'm gonna put two links in the video description. I feel that those two links are far more interesting than this film. This film just wasn't well done. And it just hurts me to say that, but I'm just being honest. I pay for my Amazon Prime. You guys expect me to be honest with my movie reviews. Just because it's a Latino production, it only gets you so far. It's got to be a great flick or a good flick. You know what I'm talking about. So let's go back. The story is about a couple. One is a Mexican immigrant, mainly Spanish speaker, TENOCH HUERTA, and his wife, a Chicana from LA. She's a writer. He gets a job on a farm in the middle of nowhere. They don't never say why she gets let go and why she never fights it, but she's pregnant. So she's like, oh, to hell with it. We'll go on a farm and start anew, which to me, story-wise, how did these people ever meet? Where was the intersection of these people meeting? Because what they're trying to build on, these people, Mexican immigrant, she's at least a first or second generation Chicana. Those two subclasses don't necessarily meet in circles. So that would have been interesting to find out how they met, because we are told in the story that she's different than the Mexican farm workers and their families that they come to meet, because she doesn't speak Spanish, because, she has a different upbringing. Her parents were, made fun of and not taught to speak Spanish. They're more Americanized. Okay, that's kind of interesting. And I do appreciate that. And I like that and I do like the actors, and I like that this character, we don't see a lot. A Chicana leading woman, pregnant, trying to save her baby, supernatural stuff happening, horror, but then it really falls flat. None of the promises are made. It's kind of interesting in the beginning, but it falls apart from there. It goes from potential to hokey to just lame. And I feel with this really touchy subject matter in a touchy history, you gotta up the game, you gotta up the level. Kind of like what they did in Get Out. Although this history, this really sick history of our American recent past happened in the LA General County Hospital. I don't know why they took it out of the city. I thought it would be much more riveting to be an urban tale, an urban horror story connected to that hospital. Because that shit is still in a lot of families' backgrounds. You know, there's stories upon stories that you could still, there's a great documentary. So kudos to the writers and the director trying to do this, but it's not entertaining. It's just, it's almost like you shouldn't even call it a horror film in any sense. Not even in traditional sense or non-traditional sense. A non-traditional horror story to me is La Llorona from Guatemala, and that is truly shocking in its storytelling. The storytelling is, you think it's your kind of like your random Blumhouse horror, and just nothing really ever happens. So that's my really review. I out of 10, I'd give it a 4. I really can't tell you to see this. I really can't. I mean, I would much rather you, okay, here's what I want you to do. Go see Forever Purge with TENOCH HUERTA. Great flick. And go read those stories on this horrible history that's still plaguing the Latino community even today. And there's a lot of great insight there. I'm gonna send you those links. But that is from my living room retro movie review. It's called Madres. It's on Amazon Prime. Listen, if you got an hour and a half, got nothing else to do, prove me wrong. Go check it out. But there are other great Latino films and television shows that I do recommend that you probably should see first. And those recommendations are here on the channel. We'll see you next time. Wherever you're at, keep your slam fuerte. From the living room, take care. Paz.